Hi everybody, welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Kirk Cousins, Wildcard game versus the Giants. Tough L. We're going to break this thing down, pull this thing apart. Let's dive into it. Welcome to the QB School. So before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of this channel. Not only is it a great, cheap way to support the channel, but you also get even more Quarterback School content. So if you love the YouTube channel, you will love the Quarterback School Patreon community. Get over there, support the channel. I appreciate it. The link is in the video description. As for this video, let's get into it. All right, Kirk Cousins, tough wild card playoff loss. First one here is a nice little play action drift post up top. I love this ball. Stops the receiver kind of before getting smoked. Just really polished, putting the ball right where you want, super precise with the ball location. This to me is kind of Kirk Cousins at his best. Again, super catchable ball, easy to see, nice play design here. Just a little shift, and then we're going to come downhill. And again, lots of teams run iterations of this play. So to me, we're going to play action fake. They've already got the DB type, right, rotated down here. So you know you're going to have this great opportunity for what I'm going to call a drift post where you're kind of up. And it's not a true glance where you're going to kind of like hit this thing with speed vertically. It's almost like you get a lot more kind of feel to kind of where to come in and settle down here. And when we get this middle field player coming out of the roof, the ball actually throttles him down to protect him. So just the super nuance and detail of this play. It looks like it's wide ass open, but the throw allows this thing to be made and protect the wide receiver. Just a great job. Love the play call. I thought Kevin O'Connell was in his bag for most of this thing. And we'll talk about it certainly at the end. But right here, early, nice job. Right into it. Perfect look. Picture look. Perfect throw. Nice hookup. Next one here, 2nd and 7. This one to me is a nice little 1-2-3. No to the bottom. Yes up top. Yes, it's wide ass open. But the torque, the toughness, really impressive from Kirk Cousins here. Watch this. Can't get his feet set. 97 is a dude. He almost game wrecked this thing a number of times. But we're going to look down here to the bottom. So whatever we're working down here to the bottom, it doesn't matter. This is one or this is one. We're working these two. 1, 2. It's not there. He doesn't like it. Well, then we're going to come back and work this in across the field. So just 1, 2, 3. If you can count to 3, you can play for me. Common saying in the league. But when he goes to do it, he can't get his feet around because we're taking an L up front. So you've got this big dude bearing down on you, and you've got to generate enough force and torque to get this ball. Now, is it a perfect throw? No. If it was a perfect throw, he could even get even more after that thing, but it's a good enough throw. And it's just a really nice job of playing professional quarterback. Again, look at how he has to throw this thing. So no to the left, yes to the right. Look where his feet are lined up to the left. He's got someone in his core, can't follow through with the throw, and is good enough. Just a really nice job from Kirk Cousins. Next one, 3rd and 3. I love the design here. We're going to use Jefferson as a decoy, motion away, sprint to the left. Watch Cousins' path. Again, precise with the ball location. There's no spray miss area radius. Watch this little kind of get depth and then downhill. So watch his path as he goes to the left. It's not just run to the left. It's back, down. And again, good enough ball, 3rd and 3, really nice design. So again, we're motioning away from where we're going. Look what it does. I think later in the video, I'm going to call it the Jefferson effect. But Justin Jefferson causes so much attention. He's got 2 DB types moving with him. It causes them to be misaligned down here to the bottom. And then quarterback-wise here, I'm talking about the path. So you'll see a lot of younger guys come out and just kind of go horizontal here. I love how he gets depth and then carves it downhill to get going towards his target. Then the details here on the outside is it's not just like up and out. Okay, that's like high school Harry stuff. This is we're going to run and we're going to follow the path of that number 1, the new one, and then we're out. So that the DB types have a hard time passing this thing off. So there's just so much nuance in this thing. I love it. Executed at a high level. Outstanding. And again, if we're just talking about the quarterback, just watch his path getting downhill. You got to kind of flip your shoulders, get down towards your target, right on him. Nice 3rd and 3 conversion. Next one here, 1st and goal from the 6. Now this should be a touchdown. I love the design here. We're going to shift. We're going to motion. We're sprinting to the right. It's everything except the touchdown. Now, the actual execution mechanics for the quarterback here are kind of tough because you're reverse pivoting out. So you're under center, you're reversing out, meaning you're opening to your left and then going to your right. And again, the ball location, y'all, it's perfect. Keep talking about this, not an accident with all these things. So this whole thing is kind of a dance. So we're going to shift, come up and get set. And it's important to pay attention to Thielen here specifically. Then we're going to motion. And then we're doing this little quick flat. Now, the thing about Thielen, I love everything about this play except Thielen's execution. So Thielen, once he gets over here, to me, instead of trying to, looks like he's trying to like win across the field, I want him to be really locked in on who's going with Jefferson. So let's pretend like we're Thielen here. When we shift, does someone go with us? Does it look like man-to-man? So if someone goes with us and it looks like man-to-man, well, then that is your key, your indicator that you are going to pick or rub for Jefferson's flat. So once someone runs with us, whoever runs with Jefferson, now that's the guy you need to run your route to kind of go through. So if this is Thielen and he's trying to pick or rub, you don't run where the guy's at, you run where he's going to be. And so if he ran where he was going to be and then had to bubble even more, this thing's an easy touchdown. So that's a long-winded way for me to say Kirk Cousins operating at a really high level. Everybody except Thielen here as far as just the pure execution. So see him go with Thielen. That sure looks like man coverage for an offense. Once you're Thielen now you're trying to rub Jefferson's guy. So see 22 come across. Instead of taking that flat, sharp angle, take a more vertical angle, rub your guy into him. If he bubbles over just a little bit more, like 22 basically doesn't bubble over. So if Thielen were to just go ever so more vertical, so right here instead of this path, go this path, and then this makes this path over, have to bump more, and it's a touchdown. That's the difference sometimes between a touchdown and inside the one. It's still a hell of a throw from Kirk Cousins. Great execution. That's a lot of dance for inside the one. Again, reverse pivot out. Not the easiest footwork in the world, in my opinion, but he does get to stop at least. And that's a beautiful ball. Everything but the touchdown. Next one here, 3rd and short. Okay, this is kind of a trick-em-dick-em. We're going to throw back to Cousins here. This is a bummer on a few different levels. One, they've already had a bunch of really nice man-beater plays called. This is another man-beater for me. When you get zone in this type of play, it's really hard to fool the zone defenders versus the man defenders. And what I mean by that is in man, normally no one says, oh, I have the quarterback. Most sound defenses will say, oh, I have the first one out, I have the second one out. So if you caught man here, someone would have Justin Jefferson, really probably 2 people, because that's how they were playing it most of the game. So you'd have people running with him. You'd have people coming downhill because they've got him. And then you would have one eligible down here left, and the quarterback would be the second eligible. So when you do this across, someone would run with the over, and then one of these linebacker types would have to sort out, oh, it's a trick play, it's a pass. I've got the number 2 out, the play is going this way, now I need to hang back here and go get the quarterback. And that's why the Philly special is usually so good. But this versus zone, not a fan of. And so, all right, YouTuber with all the answers, how the hell do you fix this? Well, you fix it by having some sort of key for this play. You don't just come out and run this play. So instead of just coming out and motioning like this, you would come out and have someone come across the formation, or you would have the back start out here and come in. And if you got a man key, you'd leave the play on. If you got a zone key, you'd need to run an RPO or have any sort of like 2-play system called. Especially on 3rd and short. I don't know, 3rd and short percentages say you're going to get some iteration of man, but right here the Giants don't. And this play, all of a sudden, we've got 2 people trying to tackle our worst athlete in space. Not good. So the play calling not there. The system, the infrastructure to call that type of play, I don't love also. But nice job from Cousins just holding on to the rock here. He's not going to get anywhere close to the first down there. My goodness, that could have been a shot. Next one here, 3rd and 9. Again, another nice 1, 2, 3. This time to the tight end on the shallow. This to me is just clean, polished quarterbacking. This is what 3rd and 9, kind of a best case scenario, looks like in the league. he's not forcing the ball. Watch him go our left to right here. So bring the tight end in, chip a little, but he's not looking to the tight end first. He's looking to our left. So no, yes. And he has to kind of navigate 97, again, almost wrecking the play with his arm angle. Super over the top there. But I just love how clean and polished it is. There's no chance that doesn't hit. The ball is perfectly weighted. The ball's right where it needs to be. Again, it doesn't matter really what the concept is down here to the bottom. It's probably like a little smash iteration in, corner, or out. There it is. I mean, maybe you could say, if you're really trying to be critical, you could say, you could maybe put it on him right there once this inside defender gets his hands on number 2. But all right, let's not force it. Let's just play it out. It's not there. 1, 2, doesn't matter if it's high, low, or low, high, and that's 3. And again, it's just polished and it's consistent early in this game. No, yes. And again, it's not like perfect. It's not like 7-on-7 back there. He's subtly changing his arm angles. He's getting the ball out quickly. The consistency, the ball location, the catchability of all these throws and balls. He's just playing at a really nice level early on in this thing. That's as easy as it will ever get on 3rd and 9. Well done. Next one, really nice job, 2nd and 11. This is essentially the bones of 4 verticals, but we're off double moves, a condensed formation. So we've got stick nods on the inside, little wheels on the outside. Great job with the seam, little lowercase anticipation to the tight end to the bottom as well. Big chunk. Really nice job. Again, subtle pocket movement. You catch him just kind of ever so subtly moving to his left. That's a really tough stunt to pick up in 5-person protection. But again, really nice job from Kirk Cousins. The idea being that we're essentially, this is where the ball ends up going on what I'm going to call a stick nod. We're run 4 double moves. So there's a stick nod, and then we're going to pair it with wheels. So everybody's kind of got this double move where this is supposed to look like all stick. All stick is quick outs, stick, quick outs from a condensed formation. Then this is just the double moves off of it. And if you catch middle field closed, you just play it like 4 verticals on the inside seams. Takes a little bit longer to develop, but man, this is a really nice job. Whoop. Love it. Let's see the lowercase anticipation here. When does he let this thing go? Look at his base. Throw it. He's separated right there. That stick nod to the bottom is just barely coming out of it. Catch middle field open. Go inside out with middle field open. So you go that juke or nod up to the wheel. Really nice job. Again, just for me, the feeling is just polished. It's not necessarily electric, or there's no playmaking element to it. It's just polished pocket quarterbacking at a high level, putting the ball right where he wants. Good decisions. Nice chunk. Next one here, touchdown pass. A little meshy. Catch the deep hook here. Really tough on those underneath inside defenders. We'll be able to see this mesh here coming from both sides, but our right to left 17 wide ass open. You can see what the mesh does to the inside defenders. So as we we'll pause this thing right when they all cross. So the true mesh here is usually, there's the under, there's the over. And what that does to these inside defenders is that it stretches them. So they kind of match with them a little bit, and it leaves no one on the hook. So you can see it's just math, right? They've got 3. We've got 2 if we're on defense. We go with those kind of the mesh element of it. So there's the one shallow. Here's the next shallow. And you let that thing kind of sort itself out, and then the hook just finds that void in the middle. And this is as clean as it will ever look. This is really well done from Kirk Cousins. Finding it, put it on him, touchdown pass. Great job. Usually paired with some sort of corner up top. So no, yes. And again, he's just operating at a high level, super efficient, effective from within the pocket, getting the ball out on time, good enough pass protection. Boom, touchdown. Love it. Love this one here. 2nd and 3. We're going to go naked left. This is a great job from Kirk Cousins, in my opinion, handling the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario to me on these nakeds or keepers is a defender who's essentially on the edge, like 57, in a sprinter stance coming right at you. And I know I talk about this on the channel quite a bit, but you only need this to happen to you one time before you learn for the rest of your life. This guy, worst case scenario, is coming right at the quarterback, like not coming for the run at all and redirecting. Worst case scenario is coming right back. And so what the good quarterbacks, in my opinion, come out here on these fake. So you come out here, fake the naked this way. When you come out of this thing, you do not want to come out flat. You want to come out with significant depth to navigate a hot edge. So if you come up with enough depth to navigate the hot edge, you can kind of flip your hips enough to get whatever's in the flat. So right here, they're in a wing. I think they end up like blocking this. They're sealing the edge and coming out. But on almost all naked keepers, someone's going to be in the flat. It doesn't matter if it's a sneak flat. It doesn't matter if it's a bang flat. It can be one of these guys is going to be in the flat. And even if he's covered, say the flat for whatever reason's covered, it's not right here, you just flick it at the guy's feet to save the play. So you have to have a plan to navigate a hot edge on these naked keepers. And this is Kirk Cousins doing it at a high level. See him retreat vertically. The hash is a great indicator. He's going right back on the hash. Bailing, opens up his hips. This is a hell of a play. And this is what I think, this is kind of max Kirk Cousins' creative ability, but it's good enough, y'all. It really is. He's been doing this forever. Not going to get phased by a hot edge there. And again, he's making it look easy. There's no craziness. The ball's not all over the place. It's right on him. Dude's hitting him. He's getting bench press in the chest. The ball's not even to the tight end yet. That's a hell of a play. Really nice job. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications, let all of it wash over you. Easy, free way to support the channel. I sincerely appreciate your support through a bunch of different levels. Not only do we have the simple subscription element of it on YouTube, we've also got the Quarterback School Patreon community. Already talked about that. Great way to get even more Quarterback School content. We also have Quarterback School courses, really the most in-depth and detailed content that I make football-wise. So if you're interested in even more of that and you dig the way that I teach and talk ball, you will love the Quarterback School courses. And finally, we have a bunch of free resources available as well. We've got a Pass Pro Quiz. Is that right? Yes. We've got a play calling tool, which is a pretty cool way that basically kind of encapsulates how I think about play calling, from what your best personnel is to what coverage you anticipate seeing, kind of output into what the best play potentially could look like. And then finally, we have a free course available also. So lots of different resources. Check them all out. The links are in the video description. I appreciate all the support across all the different platforms. As for this video, let's get back to it. Next one here. This is a tough one. To me, this is a force down here to the bottom to Jefferson. It's tough to get an in versus bracket. This is probably a turnover-worthy play. The ball hits the ground here, so it's not an interception. There's a few things I want to show. First of all, I love Jefferson's finish on this play. But first, when we talk about bracket, and it'll be easier to see from the wide, so I'll let it play from the end zone here the first time. But this is just a force. And we get a little fortunate that that thing isn't intercepted. But watch 18 here to hit the bottom. Watch the finish on this play. Acceleration, violence on the boundary. Love it. But design-wise here, we're just understanding the read more than anything else. If this is an in route, and they're going to hit us with what I'm going to call an iteration of brackets, so these two kind of in and outing Jefferson, he's got us by leverage. Like, that's not the look we're going for. And so even though the ball technically kind of throttles him down, so it doesn't run him into it, it allows him to kind of be there, it's just too tight a condensed a window. So no to that. Underneath here, it's probably some sort of pivot gather. And then up top, we've got what I'm used to calling a jerk. So someone comes up, sets their feet, and then comes across. And so you kind of read this thing one, and then back to the jerk. And again, it's easy with a clicker. Don't get it twisted. I acknowledge that. But this is also how you get better and understand concepts and how things fit together. You can see that that wrap in is not there. It's bracketed. Now look at the jerk up top on the horn. It's timed up. It's perfectly ready to go. Boom, go. Right there it is. Just get through the read. And I get it. That's a guy you got to force touches to. No doubt about it. But if they're going to allocate 2 people and they're going to have us leverage where we're trying to go, we don't want to force it in there. Bad things happen. And you can really see it from the back here. So no to the in, look at the jerk coming across the, so you go no, flip your hips, put it right on the jerk, right on the horn. Boop. That's a nice, easy conversion. Just the timing of it. But all things said and done, look at Jefferson on the ground. So he goes from on the ground, looking to protect himself, and then accelerating, finishing on the boundary, violent. Love it. Next one here, 3rd and 7. I really like the design here, the formation, the motion, the play. We get a new number 1 up top on a slant. And so it's almost like it hits me as kind of an iteration of sail. It's not really sail or flood, but I love how this thing takes advantage of the coverage with the formation and the motion. Again, Kirk Cousins dealing from within the pocket. Again, you want to play quarterback in the league? Look at 97, eating fools. This is a nice pocket. Boom. I mean, just thundered. Oh my goodness. 3rd down, not for the faint of heart. From the back here, when I'm saying I love the design, here's the motion starts, right? Like it looks like just kind of a funky three eligible set here. When they motion down here, a lot of teams will think, oh, you're getting to like a wide bunch. But what we end up doing here is when we come in here, we really kind of get the clear going from the new number 2, and then the new number 1 is where the ball goes. And again, he kind of widens and then comes under, either on an under or a slant. And then the new number 3 is out on this kind of sail flood. So it kind of gets to, when I think of flood, I think of clear, I think of corner, I think of flat. It's kind of got those 3 layers, but it just gets there a little bit more advanced of a way. And I really like the fact that this slant, because of how they're playing this thing and the attention to Jefferson, you can see attention paid. He's getting hit at the line of scrimmage. Got people inside of him. We get leverage back inside. And again, Kirk Cousins, to me, making good decisions for the most part, putting the ball exactly where he wants to. He's taking a beating back there too. It's not like it's 7-on-7 and he's just back there dealing, not having to get hit. That is getting swallowed up, making a really nice 3rd down conversion. Next one here. This is a really nice call. I love the kind of option up here to Thielen in the slot up top. So no, get it. Maybe a little bit of an earlier throw allows Thielen to stay in bounds, but man, I'm being really picky. This thing is well executed. Nice play action, nice pass protection finally. The ball's right on him. It kills me when there's no one around us and we're just running out of bounds. But again, and I'll show it from the wide here as far as just when he lets this thing go. You're really, putting all your eggs in one basket with this type of play where the slot up top is running this kind of slow option up. And so, the only thing I would potentially say here, and again, I'm not in their meetings. I don't know exactly what they're doing. Normally, this is paired with more of a postish and less of an in. And the reason you would do that is because it just puts more of a vertical stretch on that near safety. And again, if you're going to take your time and do kind of this like Cooper Kupp option out, up, it just takes a little bit longer to develop. So it allows sometimes for these safeties to get over the top and it becomes more of a hole shot versus a big play double move down the field. And so it's just kind of defining how and why they're doing it. But you can see here that, that's certainly more of an in than a post up top. And that allows that safety to kind of be a factor. But when Kirk Cousins lets this thing go, Thielen's into the route. You would just love for him to kind of keep it where he can catch it and stay in bounds. And that I don't want to make excuses for Thielen, but man, if I had anything to do with the wide receivers, I would tell him, bro, you need to stay in bounds here and make that guy miss and score. Can't be stepping out of bounds like that when you're wide ass open. But again, I love the design. Simple play action. Finally, we got some good pass protection, all blocked up, ripping it down the field outside the numbers. Big chunk. Love it. Next one here, nice little touchdown pass, back shoulder to the corner, the new number 1. Really like the tempo, the formation. Love the formation with where Justin Jefferson is. It causes all sorts of issues. Find Justin Jefferson here. He's in the backfield. Lined up, sidecar. Nice job from Kirk Cousins seeing the kind of coverage breakdown and being able to throw that back shoulder corner. So first thing is they're going tempo. right? First part you got to acknowledge. They're in tempo. They're not lined up. I think someone is actually offsides too on this play, so it's like a free play. But Justin Jefferson is back here. That's going to cause the Jefferson effect to be who's got who in the zoo. Who the hell has got this guy? He's not back there because they're going to run inside zone. So when he comes out or gets to the flat, it ends up being 3 different guys come back, try to get out there and out leverage him. And that allows the new number 1 here, who's running this corner, to do a back shoulder corner. And back shoulder corners are not that uncommon in the red area. So you just throw that thing back here. And it's just a really nice job. It's great at execution. It's a really nice call, good design. But you can see, watch all the issues Jefferson causes in the backfield. 1, 2, 3. No one's on the corner. And we're offsides, and we've got a free play. Just a really nice job. But again, that kind of, it's one of those things where it's a blessing and a curse to have somebody who is as talented as Justin Jefferson. And the curse is not that much. The little minuscule curse is that it will cause crazy things from the defense. And so it's less about seeing, picture coverages like you're at a clinic, and more like, how is the defense trying to take away 18? Okay, they're allocating all these resources to him. How can I just play this play? It's not a true read because they've corrected as far as trying to cover Justin Jefferson. And then I just have to let the other guys make plays. And it's a really nice job here from Kirk Cousins. 4th and 2, this is a hell of a play call. My goodness, we're going to fake the screen up top. Again, the Jefferson effect. 2 guys up, whoop, tight end wide open on the little bluff wheel up the sideline. But on 4th and 2, y'all, this is a hell of a call. We are rolling. Kirk Cousins is dealing outside the numbers as well. Right up on him. Beautiful throw. Big chunk. And again, when I'm saying the Jefferson effect, I'm saying watch the corner and the slot defender both come up on the screen. Whoop. I mean, they're both coming up on this thing, right? It's easy to see. This is made to order. We're going to fake that little now or tunnel screen back here. And when both these guys void their area, who knows who in the zoo is supposed to have the tight end, but someone is. Bluff, wheel. And then the only guy who can stop this thing is the safety over the top. So just a great design. And again, 4th and 2. This is a big boy play call. Absolutely perfectly executed from the tight end and quarterback as well. Get that little yo-yo motion going. Get the ball out quickly. 1 tight hitch. Right up on him. Love it. Now we get into kind of where it starts to fall apart for the Vikings. It's 3rd and 12. We're running out of time, 4th quarter. There's nothing really there. I'm not going to lie and tell you that I love the design, but there's really no good design on 3rd and 12 in the NFL. You can get some every once in a while. But for me, and I think this is the fair criticism of Kirk Cousins, this is just where you're probably at the limitations for his creative ability. This is a play out many guys in the league can make that guy miss and get it to the check down. Now, does he get a first down even if he does? Probably not. But to just be limited when things break down, to go create, I think that part of it is probably, as limiting as anything for Kirk Cousins. So right here, this looks like potential pressure, right? Like this kind of looks like 0. They're not really birds on a fence, like all across at the same level. So that's one indicator that it's probably not 0. But it's also 3rd and 12. Like pretty rare that you're going to get 0'd from 3rd and 12, in my opinion. But when we come out here and run what I'm going to call like a sail or 7 with outside leverage because it's middle field close, and then we're going to run what looks like maybe like a post curl or something back here, there's nowhere to go with the ball. Like there is nothing to do. So you just hope he's got enough savvy in the pocket to be able to buy time and get this thing to the check down. But again, this is on here less to say, hey, they would have gotten a first down if he would have thrown it here or got it to the check down earlier. I just think this is a decent example of the limitations of what Kirk Cousins brings to the position. It's not that he's not a really good quarterback from the pocket. He is. But that, compared to other guys and how the game is played, is just limiting. And again, I think he could help himself if he wasn't popping straight up in the pocket, drifting to his left. But I don't know if it matters on this play. I just think that's a play that you should be able to hook up right there. And in a 3rd and 12, maybe Cook makes a couple guys miss and has a hero play, but damn. And then that compounds in the next drive on a 3rd and 8. We're going to try to hit this crosser to the bottom of the screen, and we just miss it. Now, I don't love the crosser's route, but I think it's the right read, just the bad ball. And so if they're going to double Jefferson, then you have to have someone else win. And I think this is there. The play design for me is good enough. And what I mean by that is, if Justin Jefferson is right here and they're going to allocate 2 cats to him, okay, so inside, outside, he's going to run an over. We're basically getting double over here. Well, we're going to ask someone else to win one-on-one. And right here, he's going to also run an over, but he's only got 1 guy covering him, and he's outside leverage. So we've got the leverage we want. Now, what I wouldn't want you to do, and what he kind of does here, is he just kind of like slow rolls it over here. I think most people who are teaching this or wanting their eligibles to do is get across and then stair step him like you're going vertical or coming out of it and create some separation. Don't just run in kind of a banana over there. That's too easy for the DB. You got to set this thing with some suddenness across, stair step him, and separate across. So that's really the kind of the detail, the nuance of this route that is lacking, but the ball's just behind him too. And it's a nice play from the DB, whatever. But that's way too easy to allow him to undercut and get his inside hand up like that. There's no threat of a stair step from that wide receiver at the bottom. Get up there, separate. That's just a massive missed opportunity on 3rd and 8. Because everything is there. Well, for the most part, everything is there except the throw. And again, I just, the route to me is underwhelming as well. Then finally, the last play of the season, 4th and 8. This essentially check down throw to the tight end is just, it can't happen, man. It can't happen. And it's either a design flaw or a Cousins flaw. It's probably both, if I'm being honest. You just can't throw, I'm not someone who says, hey, if the sticks are, let's just say the sticks are at the 45, that's the first down. I'm not saying you have to have all 5 eligibles run past here on all of their routes, or you'll never throw it underneath the sticks. Like, I like throwing slants underneath sticks, but that's because you're going towards the first down marker. Running what essentially to me is a check down, because he's going to take the edge off and then get into the flat underneath the sticks, is just not an acceptable decision or design. Okay. That being said, if you're going to work down here, I think this is Jefferson. If you're going to work down here, and again, he's doubled, so that's going to be tough. It's not impossible. It's just tough. Once he's doubled like that, and you can feel this kind of vice or squeeze or bracket, someone is going to be one-on-one. So when you come back and work the other side, you've got this route. And again, I acknowledge it's easy with a clicker and a pen, but to say just default like no here, yes, check flat on 4th and 8, man, that's how you really piss off a fan base for me. It's just like double middle fingering the opportunity to get a first down. So again, play it out like you're going to read Jefferson to the bottom. No, he's doubled. Up top, you got the post at the end. That's where the ball, you would want the ball to go. He's so quick to the check down. It just never has a chance for me. I can't throw that far under the sticks on 4th down and the season on the line. It's a bizarre decision. Now, is it helped with the pass pro? 97 has been wrecking the game the whole day. The guy on the 0 right on the center. So let's double him, which they do here. Left guard, got him. Center, stay on him. You don't have to come off. Stay on him. There's not 3 guys over there. But again, he's a good player. The ball's already out of his hands. I don't love the decision here more than anything. It's a bummer way to end a season in a game. Wow. So that is a wrap. Kirk Cousins, tough loss. I thought he was playing pretty well early on. I felt like for the most part, a lot of the play calling design was pretty outstanding. There were certainly some missed opportunities. You can think mostly back to that throwback early on in that third and short yardage. There were certainly some design elements at the end, but man, the way that that thing ends, it just leaves such a bad taste in your mouth, whether it's the third and long, whether it's the miss on the over, whether it's that fourth down decision. It's just like, damn, we're playing so well for so long, so efficient, but it's never necessarily explosive or creative or dynamic. And I think that's where the frustrations really mount, and really justifiably, in my opinion. It doesn't mean that he's not great from within the pocket, in structure, on time. I think he is really good. But man, the ability to separate, create, and kind of do those special things, they just almost never seemingly show up. Doesn't take away from the other things that I think he's super polished and effective and efficient at. But man, when you got to have it crunch times, you can see kind of it just, everything's a little bit harder. So thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.